Up everybody, what up everybody? Let me get to the spot. Ho, got a new spot here. Ho, everybody, this is Plan Your Greatness, and I am your gracious host, Carlton Hamilton, and let's get right after it today. Well, happy birthday. No, my birthday isn't today. My birthday was actually yesterday, but I was so busy with my transportation company. We were working a jazz festival that they have every year. So my company has done this. Is the second year that my company has done it. And from Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday, shuttling people back and forth from the airport to the event, from the event to the airport. And I actually had one last run that I had to do this morning. So it's been pretty busy. But hey, happy birthday to myself. Just kind of showing out. All right. We are still in the series of, it is the Leadership Principles That I Learned in Prison series. We are on volume 7, and that is What They Do Matters. All right. Now, a couple of weeks ago, where's that thing? Hold on a second. Where's that? Okay, a couple of weeks ago, I was at a symposium. It was the International Association of Functional Neurology and Rehabilitation. My company had that job as far as we were bringing people in and out from the airport for this event. I got a chance to meet David Rosenthal. He was a board member, and he liked our company service. And then we just started talking about other things, and he was very impressed with me just as a person and speaker, and so he invited me to this event. Now, it was really cool, but one thing that stuck out, I was like, there were no black people there. Not to say that we need to be represented in every area, but I just didn't see any black people. But the waiters. Now, this is something that I've done consistently ever since toward the very end of my career, and when I had to get a real job. My first real job was waiting on tables. And I had a lot of fun doing that, but I also could just reach out and really understand, when you're doing that as a job, in most cases, if you're waiting on tables at a large resort, which is what I looked at, you're almost invisible until somebody needs something. Setting up the tables, you're doing this in a very large setting, 3,000 people. So you're just oblivious to them as far as laying their food down on the table. So what I did is I went over to the waiters. It was a couple of black, matter of fact, it was a couple. And I just, hey, what's your name? Where you from? And just chatted with them and just said, hey, I appreciate you guys being here. I said, I did this before. So I know how you can just kind of blend into the background and people don't even really notice you. Some people like that, but I think it's, it would help that if you just let them know that, hey, I'm very appreciative that you are doing the job so our event can go off smoothly. The other thing that I've done, since my kids were little, I made sure that they would look the cashiers in the eye. When the cashier gives you change or gives you the receipt, look them in the eye and say, thank you. All right. Now, reason why I thought about those two instances is that when I was in prison, and I was in charge of the recreation department. And this is where I'm basing a lot of my information and the principles that I learned as far as leadership. During this time where I worked in the recreation department, I was there for almost 2-3 years, is that I would need help. I needed referees. I needed scorekeepers. I needed people to umpires in the baseball. I needed people to just help and work out because there was one other person in there, one other inmate, but I was really running everything. So it was always always left up to me to make sure that I got the manpower that we could do the things that we need to do. Now think about this. I mentioned this before. You're talking about people that were probably beat down very much in life. Either the parents weren't very encouraging, and then that just spiraled them into making bad decisions, and then now here they are in prison. So they're looking at life as this negative. So here I am coming in, I'm needing their help. So one of the things that I really focused on is that when I would select them or they would come to me and ask me if I needed any help, I first would tell them, I said, I need your attention to detail, I need your focus, and I need your commitment. Because if you're not willing to do that, then I can't have you working for me. So I would raise my level of expectation and say, are you ready to meet that? And I'd give them a chance. Some of them worked out, some of them didn't work out. But the ones that did work out is where I got the best feedback from. Because then I would remind them, I said, I need your best effort because your best effort is going to make all the difference. Constantly setting expectations and telling them that your best effort is going to make all the difference along with everyone else's best effort. And then once we got through the event, there was feedback during it, but after it was all said and done, I was making sure that I thanked them for doing a great job. And then if I saw them later on, I would always remind them, hey, great job. You're on my list. If I need anything else, I'll reach out to you. But maybe in the meantime, let me know if you're available, you still want to do some things, we can get that done. And then when I would post up the standings or the award winners, I always made sure at the very bottom of the sheet, there was an acknowledgement of all the people who helped out because they were getting no pay from me. I wasn't paying them. They were just getting the opportunity to just be out and about with everybody else. So it was very important that I constantly reaffirmed that I needed them. They needed to bring their A game, and then getting feedback from them during it, and then afterwards acknowledging their great work. That was very consistent in doing that. And what's interesting is that I didn't know anything about leadership. I just knew I needed to get work done. And the best way that I knew how was constantly feeding their ego that I needed them. And when you let people know that you need them and that when they do a good job, you give them the feedback and give them the acknowledgement of a job well done, you are doing exactly what I say every time. You are planning your greatness. All right, this is Plan Your Greatness, and I will say this again: plan your greatness. And you know why? Because no one else will. I'll see you all next time.